Lecompton was the official territorial capital of Kansas from 1855 to 1861. There were 9 territorial governors in Lecompton. I portray Governor Denver, who founded the city of Denver, Colorado. The Lecompton Constitution was written in Lecompton. It went back to Washington, D.C. It passed the United States Senate 33 to 25, was strongly endorsed by President Buchanan, but failed in the House 120 to 112. Otherwise, Kansas would have come into the Union as a slave state with Lecompton the capital. But in the House of Representatives in Washington, 50 congressmen got into a physical fight over the Lecompton Constitution. And it didn't end until the congressman from Wisconsin pulled the wig off of the congressman from Mississippi, held it up in the air and yelled out, "Look, I've scalped him." But as a result of this fight, it split the National Democratic Party. So in 1860, when Lincoln ran for president, there were 4 candidates. Stephen Douglas is a Northern Democrat, John Breckinridge is a Southern Democrat, John Bell is a Constitutionalist Whig, and Lincoln won with 39% of the vote. So without the fight in Washington over the Lecompton Constitution that was written right here in Constitution Hall, which is a national landmark, Lincoln might not have been elected president in 1860. And it's not a story that we just make up, because the New York Times came to town 8 years ago during the Lincoln movie, and they did an interview with Professor Jonathan Earl at the University of Kansas. And he said Lincoln would not have been president except for the Lecompton Constitution. And that's why we say our tagline is Lecompton, the birthplace of the Civil War, where slavery began to die.
My name is Paul Bonmeyer, and I'm president of the Lecompton Historical Society. My family moved to Lecompton in 1855 and have lived here ever since. Decisions were made here that not only shaped the course of the Civil War in the United States, but may have quite possibly changed the world. When I dress in these clothes and step into their shoes, I try to imagine what life for them was like. As I see it, the more I know about these men, the more I might know about myself. If we understand our history, we may just begin to understand ourselves. You see, we mustn't lose sight of what we mean to the future. Someday we will be judged based on our decisions, as are those who came before us, because we are someone else's history, and that we must never forget.